everyone, what's up guys, welcome back to my IRL vlog channel, and as always, let's spend some time together. As always, we have some chores, we have some duties, and some routine for today. First of all, I found one small bug in my application and I need to report it. Much better.
It feels so good, baby, it's understood. It feels so right, honey, to keep pushing into the night. Oh, it feels so good, sensing our humanhood. We're invincible, baby. Last of our kind. This is fabulous. We are the chosen one. We're the tower they
Let's start with makeup.
where Jesus
And meanwhile, we can
we're
watch some video, I think.
and forgers of truth.
Oh my god,
Like a wide awake
14 people killed, 55 wounded. It's a result of Russian combined drones and missiles attacking Kiev. Good morning, world, good morning. Solomansky district. Good morning, people, good morning. World. So terrible. Oh gosh.
This is the swan song. You didn't think you'd be humming on.
Okay, it's enough news for today.
What's going on? We started off so strong. Manufacturers of dreams, charlatans of love.
There's something wrong. Yo, Bruce, how are you?
We are on our way to the DMZ, aka the most heavily protected border in the world, with roughly 2 million lives scattered across the 4-kilometer buffer that spans across the entire Korean peninsula. But because it's been completely free of human presence for about 80 years now, since the Korean War, it's also become
Thank you for
one of the
follow, Gil.
largest unintentional
Thank you.
wildlife sanctuaries in the world. Apparently, the animals here have developed some sort of a sense of smell to avoid mines.
Yeah, I'm in Ireland,
Around the world, it's
but originally I'm from
that
Ukraine.
This natural sanctuary only exists because of the war. But there is one thing that's stopping it from becoming a true mega ecosystem: this barbed wire fence, which makes it
Thank you for follow,
not
Bruce.
just for humans, but for animals as well. So I actually designed a wildlife corridor that also functions as a public observatory. But why? It's never gonna get built in a billion years. To explain, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and why my parents decided to leave Korea. That's me. And growing up in South Korea, my nickname was Takkan. Takkan means kind and generous. Because I was one of those kids, if I had a bunch of snacks and my friend asked for one piece, I would give them everything. But my other nickname was Papo Kami. Papo means idiot. And that's because
I know this word in Korean.
competitive. And so if you are too nice, the general rule is that you are not going to survive. I got bullied a lot when I was young. Like, my cousin would lock me up in a closet with a single banana for the whole day. And I'd be like, oh, thank you for the banana. And so my parents were convinced that I was not going to survive in this society. And so essentially, that's why my parents sold everything and left Korea in 2000 when I was 8 years old.
Oh, I see.
At that time, I thought that was very dramatic, but this aggressive competition in Korea, it really bleeds into everything.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
Politics. And
Everyone
it
heard, I
reflects
think.
Korea's past of having to rebuild itself over and over again. And all of this can be traced back to this place. If you're not familiar with the history, Korea was originally one country.
Joseon.
In fact, Korea has one of the longest continuous cultural identities in the world, with the same language and ethnic makeup and shared cultural memory. But over its timeline, it's been invaded and colonized from all different sides, and it's really had to fight. The most recent and the most painful one is the Japanese colonization from 1910 to 1945, where for 35 years, Japan exploited Korea and forced them into labor. They took their resources and systematically tried to erase the Korean language and history and culture. And then in 1945, Japan lost in the World War II, but Korea still wasn't free. The US and the Soviet Union, they both wanted Korea for themselves. So they simply split the country in half by drawing this arbitrary line across the 38th parallel. Without any Korean support, each
Pyongyang.
side installed its own leader, who both wanted to unify the Korean peninsula under their own ideology. Then in 1950, North Korea invaded the South. And what started as a proxy war became a 3-year nightmare, killing roughly 4 million people, mostly civilians. Cities were completely annihilated, and the thousands of years of history completely wiped out. MacArthur described it as the worst war he'd ever seen in his military career.
Oh
And
gosh.
the most humane solution was to escalate the war in order to end it faster. What's funny is it's also
Why
known
people
as the
can't
Forgotten
live
War, 'cause it was
in
sandwiched
peace
between World
with
War
each
II
other?
and Vietnam. And it's
Just-
barely mentioned in textbooks or
Just
media
can't.
outside
It's,
Korea.
I don't know,
And
it's
I think
in
the
our
big
biology
part of
or
this
so.
was that
It's
there wasn't really a satisfying solution. No winners or peace
still
treaty, just
killing
a temporary
each other.
ceasefire. But for the Koreans, this war transformed the country.
We don't
And I
deserve
don't think
the
scars from
weapon
the
we
war
have.
ever really healed. And it also set the two Koreans on two very different trajectories. For the South Koreans, the years following the war was defined by a singular mission: rebuild fast. In just 20 years, it went from being one of the poorest countries in the world, completely devastated by the war, into a developed country. It was actually one of the fastest economic recoveries in modern history, and we now call this the miracle of the Han River. The government pushed aggressive top-down policies that mobilized the entire labor force, but the mindset was actually pretty simple: economic warfare, using the same kind of discipline used in war, now for growth, industry, and modernization. Then in the late 90s, South Korea collapsed again. Almost overnight, the Korean won lost half its value. Unemployment tripled, with more than 2 million people losing their jobs. They were forced to accept a $58 billion loan, which was the largest bailout ever issued at the time. It's also one of the big reasons why my parents left Korea, and also why thousands of other families
Makes
left
sense.
around that time. But the crazy part is, within 2 years, South Korea didn't just recover, it overcorrected. By 1999, the GDP grew by over 10%, and they were able to pay back the IMF loan in full ahead of schedule. And Seoul really became a became a global player in tech and finance. I remember I used to think the normal working days were from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. from Monday to Saturday, because that's what my dad did all the time. But aggressive progress at this speed does come at a cost. And I think now we're really seeing the cracks. The lowest birth rate in the world, youth suicide, elderly poverty,
Yeah.
an entire generation that feels like there's no future. We built this high-speed, hyper-competitive, hyper-efficient society.
It's
but
true.
it's left a lot of people
It's so
behind.
true.
North Korea, on the other hand, became more and more isolated. And it cut itself off from the rest of the world. So the economy stagnated. Infrastructure crumbled. And in the mid-90s, they were hit by a famine that killed hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people. The average North Korean is roughly 54 times poorer than the average South Korean. So over the past 7 years, the two Koreans didn't just diverge politically, they evolved into entirely different realities. When you're dealing with delicate topics like this, it's really important to get a story that's grounded in facts. But I know, as someone who spends a lot of time with research, it's actually really easy to get influenced by biased journalism. Straight Arrow News is the sponsor of today's video, and they help you find fact-based, nonpartisan journalism. They navigate the overwhelming amount of reporting and give you a more clear and objective view of what's happening around the world. Their media landscape indicator gives you stats on who's reporting and which side of the political spectrum they're on. It can surprise you. And when you read an article or watch a video or listen to a podcast, you can see info boxes like context corners and source lists that explain why it matters and how widely it's being reported, so you can judge for yourself just how credible the source is. The media myths section highlights news stories that other media might have overlooked, making sure that you get a comprehensive view of the world. Straight Arrow News is verified by all sides, Advantage Media and NewsGuard, and they all rate it as reliable and centered. So if you need a quick way to access fact-based reporting and hear from both sides, give Straight Arrow News a try. It's completely free, and I'm going to leave the link in the description. All of this really made me want to meet a North Korean person, and I saw a video of this girl, Nara. She's a North Korean defector who moved to South Korea about 9 years ago. So I asked her out for lunch to a North Korean restaurant, but I was pretty nervous. I'd never met a North Korean person before. But then I found out that we were kind of a similar age, and we kind of connected. We talked about dating life, of course, YouTube, work, the difference between North Korean men and South Korean men, and we actually had a really good time. But throughout all this, I couldn't help but wonder how much of this was real.
전 그거예요. 그래서 한국 왔을 때 너무 다르니까 그 사람을 나한테 적응시킬 수는 없잖아요. 내가 이 사회에 살아가려면 내가 적응을 해야 하기 때문에 전 당연히 내가 이 나라의 문화를 따라야 되는 게 맞다고 생각했기 때문에 거기서 가져온 거는 배일수록 다 버리려고 마음에 가진 것들을.
And she says she decided to leave behind everything she knew, everything she thought, everything she felt, to come to South Korea.
그러면은 가족 다 오신 거예요? 아니요, 저는 엄마랑 저만 왔어요. 동생이랑 아빠는 아직 북한에 있어요.
아 진짜요?
원하지 않아서 저는
원하지 않았어요?
네.
그러면은 그 건너올 때
탈북할 때.
탈북할 때 그 강을 하고 건너오신.
맞아요. 저 같은 경우에는 이제 제 고향이 이제 청진이에요. 함경북도 청진이라고 이제 한반도 지도 위에 맨 위쪽이거든요. 거기서 이제 해산이라는 곳까지 가면 거기에 이제 압록강이 있어요. 이제 압록강을 이제 헤엄쳐서 브로커랑 같이 이제 건넌 거죠. 근데 그 압록강을 건너서는 이제 삼국을 통해서 압록강 건너고 중국 거쳐서 미얀마 거쳐서 태국 거쳐서 대한민국으로 온 거죠.
And she left like 10 years ago when she was 19. And to think about my life, that's when I was partying in architecture school, like having the time of my life. And so it just felt really surreal. And I kind of felt like behind this really nice girl, there is a part of her that's missing, that's never really going to be whole.
She's strong.
People in my grandparents' generation also have long lost family members on the other side of the border.
For
This
sure.
is a footage from 2018, where families were reunited after 70 years. And over the time span of 3 days, they were given 11 hours to see each other, with no repeat visits allowed. The families were selected based on lottery, and there's around 56,000 Koreans on the waiting list.
Oh
But
shit.
every year, roughly 3,000 of these Koreans die, and the number of people in support of reunification is also declining. And that's because reunification is just not practical or feasible. It would cause so many problems, socially, economically, culturally, and politically. It would only work under the condition that the North Korean leadership either collapses or willingly agrees to a kind of integration process, which is very unlikely. Most people that I talk to here, even people from North Korea, think reunification is not even in the vicinity of reality.
통일에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요?
아, 통일 참 어려운 것 같은데 저는 당연히 통일을 원하는 사람 중에 한 명이고 가족도 있지만 어쨌든 저는 그래도 그 나서 자랐던 고향이 되게 좋아요. 어쨌든 뭐 저는 그거잖아요. 탈북을 한 이유가 고향이 싫어서 거기 사는 사람들이 싫어서 탈북한 게 아니라 그 정권이 싫어서 탈북을 한 거잖아요. 그렇기 때문에 저는 한국 와서도 통일이 되면 물론 좋겠고
진짜 그게 진짜 길게 생각하면은 좋은 거 같은데 경제적으로
그렇죠. 왜냐면 너무 갑자기 들면 사람들도 혼란스럽고 뭐야 우리도 먹고 살 건데 이렇게 말고 그냥 뭐 어쨌든 지금도 그런 거잖아요. 뭐 이렇게 뭐 북한 관련한 뭐 이렇게 뭐 프로그램이라든지 뭐 유튜브라든지 이런 채널을 통해서 아 북한 음식 저런 것도 있어? 평양냉면이 북한 거였어? 뭐 이런 거 하나씩 알아가면서 그냥 시간을 좀 길게 두고 저는 통일이 이렇게 차근차근 이렇게 됐을 때 통일이 됐네? 이렇게 되는 게 좀 좋은 것 같아요. 갑자기 되는 건 저도 원하진 않고 너무 경제적으로라든지 다 힘들어질 것 같으니까.
So it's complicated. On one hand, there's the people and the families, but then on the other, there's the hard realities of reunification. But there is actually an argument for it. Some economists have said that if it's managed carefully over decades, not years, reunification could actually be a long-term solution to South Korea's deeper structural problems. The country has the lowest fertility rate in the world, and there's entire school districts that are shutting down. And the workforce is already shrinking along with the economy. South Korea's working age population has already peaked and is now in steady decline. In 2023, South Korea's GDP growth slowed to 1.4%, since its lowest in the 2004 global financial crisis. Productivity is being offset by demographic drag, fewer workers, fewer consumers, and the aging population. But by combining the capital, the technology, and the global infrastructure from South Korea with the labor force and the untapped natural resources of North Korea, apparently it could actually stabilize Korea's future. But this would mean confronting deep divides, crumbling infrastructure, and decades of mistrust. But the ones who are going to have to deal with the immediate challenges are the young people today. And they're already burnt out. So to ask them to shoulder even more sacrifice for a future they might never even see, that's a huge ask. There's things about reunification that might make sense on paper, but for them, it just means higher taxes, more pressure, and no clear payoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little complicated.
Hi, Mr. Ronan.
And all of this
How are you?
takes us to our Animal Crossing. When I started
Nice
this
to see you
project in
again.
school,
What's
I was
up?
very idealistic, and I had a little bit of an ego. And I really believed that architecture could solve everything. But even me, I was extremely discouraged by this very complex situation. And then I learned about the DMZ, which is kind of a fascinating area on its own. So it hasn't been touched by humans for about 80 years now, and it's kind of unintentionally become one of the richest wildlife sanctuaries in the world. And they have animal and plant species that's disappeared in many other parts of the world. But
For
there
sure.
is one problem.
This barbed wire fence, it runs
all across the demarcation line. It was obviously designed to stop people from passing through, but it's also become impenetrable for animals as well. And it's actually fragmented this landscape, which has become kind of a natural sanctuary. But when it's combined, apparently it has the potential to become this mega ecosystem that extends into other parts of Asia.
So my idea was to create an animal crossing that would reconnect this wildlife corridor that's been fragmented by this barbed wire fence.
It will be
It'd
a
held up by public
not
observation
so
towers on either side
easy
of the border,
work
each will be monitored by security 24/7.
because
But
of the
more
war
than the structure,
still
I really
going
wanted
on.
to create a public space where people can go and enjoy the wildlife and learn about Korean history and maybe glimpse over to the other side of the border and maybe they'll feel something. When I was thinking about the design, there is a word that kept coming to my mind. 긴장. And like so many Korean words, there's no direct translation, but it loosely means tension, which can mean hostility, unrest, imbalance, or the act of stretching to stiffness. It's also two opposing forces pulling at each other, locked in equilibrium. And it's this idea of tension that really shaped the design. The two buildings are identical and they mirror each other, and they pull the bridge from either side. The bridge is mostly self-supporting, but this act of the two buildings holding up the bridge, that kind of felt symbolic. And this pulling motion, it actually drove the design of the individual buildings as well. Like the bottom, as it pulls, the building tours. So each floor plate rotates and it creates unique views from each floor, like views to the mountains, views to the city, views to the animal crossing, and views to the building on the other side. The reason I wanted to talk about this old project again is because I had kind of a weird experience a couple of years ago. So, of course, I'm South Korean, but I grew up in Canada, and I talk like a Canadian, and I think like a Canadian, and essentially, I'm Canadian. But a couple of years ago, I visited Korea for the first time in about 10 years. And at the passport control, I still have a Korean passport. The lady said, "Oh, 타민님 오랜만에 오셨네요," which means, "Oh, welcome back home. You haven't been back in a while." And I felt very weird feelings.
First of all,
And
it's
I think
home.
that whole trip, it kind of really threw me off. Because all these people, strangers, and this place, it just felt so familiar. But it's not just the feelings, it's the knowledge. I've been learning more about Korean history, and it's actually helped me understand a lot about myself. And actually a lot of things that I thought were personality flaws. And the thing that I realized is that our history, our parents' history, our grandparents' history, and our great-great-great-grandparents' history, it's always a part of us, whether we like it or not. So this is
It's
not a
your
real
genes.
crossing. And even if it was a real project, the possibility of a united Korea is probably long gone. But maybe it can be a place where people come and look at nature and hang out with their families and learn about Korean history. And even if it's just for a moment, reflect on what it means to have a shared identity. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
You're really brave, woman. You really are.
This one behind me is 2 times the size. Amigo's over here cutting and cooking. It's a perfect little shallow water pool.
He's not letting me set it up.
We're building a ladder.
All right, and our total comes out to... What is going on, pros? Welcome back to another video. Okay, behind
Hi,
me
Paul.
is the
Nice to
second
see
enclosure
you.
we're building this month. The second one, the first one we obviously already built, the coated money enclosure.
He's doing amazing.
Munchkin.
This one behind me is 2 times the size. Almost. This one, instead of being what the Cotamundi is, which is 20 feet long, 10 feet wide, 8 feet high, this is same length, 20 feet long. Instead of 10 feet wide, it's 16 feet wide, so it's 6 feet wider. And then it's the same height, 8 feet. So it's 6 feet wider than the Cotamundi, which is almost double the width. As you can see, the posts are going in. It starts here, and it literally ends all the way over there. The Cotamundi enclosure looks amazing, although we had gotten plants for him. Yeah, he absolutely destroyed the plant already. That's what the elephant ear looks like already. It didn't last long. As you can see, he's ripping apart a bowl right now. The hibiscus plant looks pretty good though, right buddy? You're going to destroy that one too?
Enjoy
Probably.
his
The
toy.
tortoise is absolutely hammering down a watermelon right now. This enclosure is going to be massive, though. It's much, much bigger.
Hello,
Obviously, this is the
Vickey.
pathway between the two
Hello.
enclosures will be concreted at some point later down the
Nice
road.
to see
and
you.
same with this side here.
Welcome
so now you can
in.
really start to see the vision now. The corner
I'm
posts
great.
are
What
in.
about you? How are
Amigo's over
you?
here cutting and cooking. What do we got going? What do we got cooking? Some steak and beef.
Tortilla.
Let's try if it
beans.
works.
We got beans. Hector's cooking. We put the grill outside. The boys could cook while working. It doesn't get much better than that. Lunchtime's coming up.
I just want to
And,
try. I
we
don't
got
know if
some
it works here.
Beans cooking, some steak. That's good. Cheers.
Delicious, amigo.
No, let's try another way.
Alright, after we eat, we get back to work. Alrighty, as you can see, this project's going to require a ton of, well, wood. And all the wood is over there. The boys went and got that a little bit earlier.
No. Oh, it works. I found the right.
And now we're back home to get the project started. As you can tell, like I just showed you, we have the layout, the basic layout, the size of the enclosure. We've been doing a lot of enclosure building lately. I mean, we literally just built that one. Now we're building
Nice
this
to
one.
hear you
As you can see,
fine
the top of it right
too.
there, it's kind of starting to get that box shape as we speak. This middle post right here is put in just for support because it's so much larger that the center of the enclosure for the roof, since all this is closed in, is going to need support. So that's why the center one is in right here.
I'm just doing my morning
There we go.
routine, makeup,
And this is
and
the
all
center
this.
support. So just like the
stuff.
other enclosure, as you can see, bottom support, center support, top support. This is the same exact thing. Bottom support, center support, and top support. And it's really going to keep this entire thing together. Except for this time, this is just so much larger. It's so hard to give perspective. And it goes for everything at the property, to be honest with you. Anyone that's ever been to the PC farm could tell you firsthand that everything in person, the ponds, the enclosures, it's all so much bigger. So much bigger in person than it is on the camera. It's so hard to show the size.
Again, rainy day.
Oh, Mia. Mia. Mia is behind the stove.
Yeah, they're living like in Ireland
Go swim.
in the rain season.
Go swim, Mia. You got it all over you. Go, go, go. Go swim. Oh, goodness. There you go. Got it off. Easy enough.
But it's
Okay.
not so
We just
hot,
got
I
this
think.
goat screaming over here.
Clean my birds' cages
We got
and
this new
give food
goat.
for
If you didn't watch
them.
last year,
Great.
yeah, we literally got a new goat, and it was a rescue from a
I
friend
hope
of mine. We got a
they're
little baby
great.
on the trampoline. He was
They're
just laying
good.
down. Now he got up.
They're-
There's the new goat over there.
Well-
I'm just looking at Babe, and he just all day. Little baby, you guys make friends with him at least yet? I think they made friends with him. Look at him. He's so clueless.
You're a
Goat
bit
lived
like
inside
me,
for,
keeping
like,
so
a
many
year.
animals
My dad don't
and
even know. Lived inside, so it doesn't know anything about being outside. But obviously, farm animals at some point, they're not supposed to live inside. They got to eventually get out to the outside. So, Billy, that's his name? We named him Little Fella. Billy, Little Fella. There's so many comments. Keep commenting goat names down below. Hopefully, we end up keeping them. If not, Carlos said he'll take him back. But we're just kind of letting him settle in for the next couple of days, and we'll get a feel whether he's comfortable. That's the most important. And if not, then we'll get him back. But yeah, for now, Mr. Billy, Little Fella, and all the other commented names he's still here.
119 un cuarto. Repítelo.
Say it one more time.
119
119.
un cuarto.
Un cuarto. Is that 119?
Pygmy God.
That would be
Oh,
hard to remember. Eric, what are you laughing at?
it's so cool. I love
Here we
them.
go. Oh yeah, right there, all the way down. And while Hector continues to cut all these pieces and create the outside frame, I don't want to bore you with that because we all know what that's going to look like. It'll really begin to show you the size of the enclosure. Until then, we have Munchkin here, who is just right now eating some treats from Uncle. Eating, what has he got, watermelon? Yep. Yeah, he's got watermelon. And watermelon. There you go, Munchkin. Good job, Bubba. And we're going to get
Yeah, they're really cute.
We're going to get another one.
I
We're going
know.
to trip to Texas now and do it. Amigo, we're going to get another one, 2 of them.
Yeah.
I know.
Wanna put it here too?
Yeah, in the same enclosure. It's a big enclosure. They could fit. And just like that, as you can see, it's been a couple hours, and the boys have the entire frame done. Other than this right here, they just need to put one piece here, and then the middle pieces, which is like this. But this is what everything's gonna look like, all the sides, and they'll drill these into each other. But walking in, you can already tell the difference, you know? Look at the size of this enclosure. It's huge. It's gotta be bigger because we're gonna have 2 inside of this enclosure. Ty, you better bleep my voice there because I just spoiled what animal we're getting. Speaking of which, if you have an idea what animal we're getting for this, definitely comment down below. I want to see if any of you are right. Look at her bacon.
Gray foxes.
So they'll come and just
I don't know
kind of
actually,
soak.
I'm just
It's a perfect
guessing.
little shallow water pool, and this is why we built it.
You say you want the door over here?
Yeah, I think the door would be good right here.
To open that way or this way?
This way.
Okay. You want the door right here so you have both doors?
No, it's just if I wanted to open
Okay.
2 at the same time or something bent beneath each other. I don't know, I just figured make sure right here. Look at this thing, holy smokes, folks. And then we have the pathway right down the middle right here. Yeah, this came out really, really nice. The frame is pretty much done. Now, Hector, what are the next steps from this moment right here? Tomorrow we do cage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And later, if we have a chance, we can run the top.
The rooftop? Yeah, the 2x4. Yeah, and then we'll probably do about a 12 by 12 section of the metal roofing just like we did in the Cotamundi cage on this enclosure as well because we want to provide that shape to the animal. So yeah, the next step would be, the frame is done now, it's the caging and the rooftop build. Essentially put these, see those 2x4s across the top, we need to do that over here, which really, that'll really tie this together.
The brown one.
Yeah, day 2, baby. We're here. This
I
is what
see.
the enclosure looks like. I know it's quite crazy right now, but the entire structure is, I know I said this yesterday, it's actually done now though. Look at this thing. Holy smokes, folks. That's the old one, or the existing one. Look at the size difference. Boom! Twice the size. Literally huge. It's crazy that we're building all of this so quickly. I mean, this is day 2. It's coming together really, really nice. What the boys are up to right now is actually working on the roof. They come on in here. You can see the entire roof has
Like
caging
red
on it
foxes,
now.
I
It's
think.
completely
Yeah,
done.
like
Went to the store
orangey.
before and grabbed a bunch of the cage
They
fencing
have
and
gray
used another
foxes
enclosure too.
in US, and it's
$144 a roll.
quite
So this enclosure, and I like to go over the cost of everything. And I see
a lot.
people commenting like how much you guys love to get like the whole breakdown. So yeah, those are expensive. We'll go more on topic of how much this project costs at the end of the video. But those $444 a roll, we had to get 2 of them.
Hi, amigo.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Too hot.
Too hot?
Yeah.
It is hot. It's toasty out today. I think it's probably like a, let's ask Siri. How hot is it today?
Expect partly cloudy skies today.
That's such BS. It says 89.
89. Inside in the house.
Yeah, there's no way. Caging at the top of the enclosure is completely done, and as you can see, it looks great. It looks amazing. All we need to do now is the boys are going to put it on the outside of this. I'm not filming as much this time because a lot of the people that watch these videos, they watch every single video. Y'all watch it all. Which, thank you, love you so much for that. But it would be kind of repetitive if I showed you every little step like we did the first enclosure. So you get the gist of it. Base of the enclosure is essentially done, and the caging goes on next. They also finished the door. This is the door, just like the last one. As you can see, it ends up coming out looking just like this by the time it has fencing in it and it's completed. We'll get the locks and everything we need here soon, and the hinges. But that is the door, and it'll go right here. Right there. I figured that'd be easier access. We initially were going to do this side, but what if I wanted to access both or something? I don't know. This looks just better for me. Look at it from up here. It's totally different.
It's enormous size.
It's a big enclosure, Hector.
It's really
Yep. I'm gonna put a bathroom in here. I'm gonna live
big.
in here. Screw the house.
Wanted the same size for my animals, but it's so expensive. Shit. The small one cost him like $3,000. I don't know about this one, but I think it's around 10,000 together.
All the way down and across, and all the top is filled in too. This
Just
is a massive enclosure,
massive.
plenty big, and that's what we wanted. We wanted something big for the animals. Something really cool as well, I'll show you. Since it gets so hot during the summer, I decided, let's get fans for the animals. So we have these two outdoor fans, only one's in right now, but these are industrial fans. These literally will not break in the rain. They're going to be outdoors. There's 3 settings, nice and quick. And this right here, a piece of wood goes across. We're going to place another metal roof. Can you see it over there, that metal roof right there? We'll have that on top of this, and then another fan facing the other way with an outlet box right here. These black wires will run up to the outlet box, and then both animals, since the deck we're making just like this, will be over on this side right here. Both animals will have not only a shaded area, but also a fan. So like this spot right here is just blowing air. Feels so good. Here in South Florida, it can reach up to temperatures in the summertime at like a 105, or feel like temperature even higher than that. So, and as the owner of these animals, I feel as hot as that gets, it's probably a smart thing to get a fan. And at least I know I would want a fan. Now the pigs are a different story. They go mudding. They don't even sweat. There's a reason for the mud in those enclosures. But these are different. These are like my first ever like mammal type animals, really. And I want to do these enclosures the right way. So
Man,
yeah,
I
by the
love
way,
you.
I do see a lot of the comments adding more like swings and stuff in here for him. He absolutely destroyed the plants that we got him.
For sure, it's just a toy for Munchkin.
Decor, and eventually I will. Look at him. He's in the water right now. He's literally in the
So
water bowl.
cutie.
And that's how you just know it's hot out. He's chilling in the water bowl.
Just chilling.
So Hector uses this, what is this, Hector? What do you call that? This bar of some sort, but he uses it to tighten the fence all the way along the entire thing. So as you can see, he grabs it, puts it in there, and then he pushes it against the wood so then once it tightens up. See that? Watch, ready? Watch the bottom.
Great
See
idea.
that? Boom. And that makes it straight. That makes all this very nice and tight. And it's like as you see. And now the fascia board begins. As you can see, Hector is measuring from there to there. We'll go grab a fascia. As you can see,
They're
already
so
one piece
cute,
right there,
yeah.
that makes it look so much better once these are on. I mean, look at all what it hides. 1,000 times better. And now, measure how many inches? 56 and a half.
56 y medio.
56 y medio.
3/4.
3/4.
3/4.
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4 is like 3/4.
3/4. Bam, right through. And that piece should fit perfect. Oh my goodness, amigo. How the heck do you do it?
20 years.
Master.
And there we go, folks. 10 times better. We'll do that along the entire outside of this entire cage. But as you can see, it makes a world of a difference.
It looks good, actually. I'm not sure
We got a package, and I've got
how
to show you
many
what's
years
inside.
in
Our friends over
their
at Custom
climate
Cages, who actually sent us the
would-
first Cotamundi cage where Munchkin was in the
can
beginning.
be
We'll get another
good,
animal for
but
it soon. Sent
looks
me this
good.
box, and in this box is this. Look at this. All these different pieces
What
of
is
wood.
this?
They each
Oh,
have these
it's
little
for
washers
like
with a little twist screw
walls.
on there, so I can
I
put
see.
it through the fence, and it'll stay on wherever I end up mounting it. So the Cotamundi can literally climb up and get on this, or whether it's a Cotamundi, whatever it may be. Let's see what else. They sent another one. See? Boom, another one. And then 2 big ones. These are much bigger. This is what I can put in the Cotamundi cage, and he's just gonna love it. Super simple, nothing crazy. It's like a little shark fin shelf. I love it. Thanks so much, Custom
Just
Cages. I
shelves
appreciate
for
that. I already know
animals,
I
it's
can
great.
expect what he's already doing, which is
A bit
climbing up that way.
enrichment.
Come on, buddy. Go up there.
His cage
They're gonna put it, like, right
still
here,
so
almost
empty,
jump
so
from the
I
deck
think
onto
it's
this.
he needed.
Dude, I haven't even set it up yet, bro.
But I think you need
I
to
haven't even set it up yet.
turn
This
it
guy's all over. Dude, you're
upside
gonna
down.
even allow me to set this up correctly.
Man, you need to turn it upside down, I think.
He's not letting me set it up. But you get the point. I'll install this and he'll sit on it just like this on the side. And this is not even including what the heck we have to do inside the new enclosure as well. So how did the GoPro, Bubba? Say hi. Yeah. Dude, you love. Oh, ow, ow!
It is day 3. Day 3, that's right. Look at this enclosure. It's actually complete.
Amazing.
Boom. It's actually complete. This is what we're looking like from the
So
outside.
sturdy
It's
and
huge, and it looks amazing.
huge.
We have to get some more fascia, obviously, to finish the last couple pieces. We didn't have enough, but check this out. We got a big old door. I know the shadows are back. It's like 7 in the morning right now. I'm up early. But same thing for this door, as you know. Come on in. This morning, I'm spray painting some spots in the ground and different ledges that I think we should do for this enclosure. So around this center support post, I think it's gonna be really cool to go about, well, I marked it actually, this high, probably about 18 inches if I had to guess. And we'll go that high with just a square shelf connected to the post. They're gonna not only go under it for shade, but they'll also climb on top of it. Right now in the corner, what you is our extra pieces of decking. The same decking we use for Cotamundi deck is going to be used over here, but in a different way. We're going to slant it like this, all the way out as far as we can until we run out of wood over there. And that's all the leftover wood from the deck. Over here we'll do the same thing a little bit lower. We'll have stairs going up to a higher shelf here, and there'll be stairs going up to this shelf right here as well. So shelf, 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 and then this will be, as you can see, a little tire. This will be like 1 or 2 tires just sticking out of the ground. Heck, we've got the next piece of wood going in, but all of this, everything being built in here, is like essentially like an enrichment. I like to say that often because you could simply just put like nothing in there, but the animals will lose their mind. You want to have things for them to do. Not only do, but climb, hide, so many different things. There's reasons why you have to keep these enclosures actually built up like this. Because they like to climb, right, buddy? They like to climb. Look, he's always running around on this. I got a little bit of our fruit from the fridge from cutting up last week. While the guys are finishing up some of these shelves, Mr. Cotamundi's gonna get some breakfast. All right, I know. Goodness gracious. All right, there you go.
He's just going
okay.
crazy.
Good
Oh, it's
stuff,
so
huh?
good.
Get the grapes, and some more. Get the grapes, get the grapes.
He loves grapes.
Oh, step by step. Deck
And
after
here's the
deck
postman.
build. A little walkway / stairs after stairs, and a center platform / shade. This entire enclosure is looking absolutely amazing. In just the last hour, it has changed so much. And now we're gonna bury the tires, which will end up giving the something to jump on, and not only that, they'll probably end up like going through it and stuff. Now over here, Hector's working on something that I didn't even say anything about this, but Hector's got an idea. I think I know what it is. It looks like a ladder. We building a ladder?
Well, we can put that one in the. You know,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind
Or
of
maybe
true because
play the.
my main goal is having animals and breeding animals in the future. Again, actually, I did it before, but now I can't. I need to buy some land for it. So later, maybe a year or so later.
And the second row.
Perfect. Look at that.
It's my
Holy
dream.
smokes. And this is what Hector created. Look at this. Incredible. Looks amazing. We put it here, but there's a lot of stairs in this. I feel like Hector built it. I'm like, I feel like the Cotamundi would love this a lot more than the would climb on this. Granted, we could do another one, but this, I think the Cotamundi would spend a lot more time on it because he loves just running up on stuff, and he doesn't really have like the climbing stuff in there other than his one little deck. So we're gonna put that in the Cotamundi cage instead. And an update on the tires.
I
Look at
think
this.
it will
This
be
is what the tires are looking
maybe
like,
raccoons,
which is awesome. They just
because
buried in
for
more so
grey
just to
foxes the
run around and
ladders.
kick off of it. You know the gist. And just like that,
Smell
our
in my
first shelf
lipstick.
is complete. As you can see, look at that. Oh yeah. and it's got the structure it needs underneath to stay sturdy and not
Maybe
go
it's some
anywhere, even
monkeys
as time goes
or
on. This looks
Saimiri,
absolutely amazing.
tamarin.
First shell, very nice and sturdy.
Because the ladders. Oh no, if it's not like transparent, it can be for foxes too.
There we go. Bury it in there.
Yeah, it may be gray foxes.
Fence here, so it's pretty good. Oh, look, he's already on it. I knew you would love
All
it.
the best.
Yeah, let's cover the legs up a little bit so it's like in there.
Thank
He
you,
is gonna love
Vickey.
it so much more. I
Thank
knew you would
you.
like it. So, buddy, there you go. There you go, homie. There you go. He wants to jump on my back. Come on. Come on. Yep. Hector, he loves this. He likes it. Yeah, he came right up onto it. Hey, buddy. All right, go back on. There he goes. Down the stairs. You got some stairs in here now. Look at him. He's loving it.
A
Just
bit
like
more
that,
enrichment.
I told Hector to
It's
delete
great.
the last screw out right there. Just I wanted to put one piece of wood at the end. Felt like I did something on the outside of this thing. Hector and the boys did absolutely crush this build. Look at this. Holy smokes.
It looks like playground.
Yeah, literally. We got tires. We've got the centerpiece that's now fully capped off. Looks amazing. Stairs coming up. We got stairs over there. Now you might be wondering to yourself, Paul, what are the next steps? What else do we have to do in this enclosure? Well, let me begin to tell you. One of three things, right? There needs to be a cage. This exact fence right here, this chain link, needs to go on the ground across the entire enclosure because this animal is known to dig. So with all safety precautions taken care of, that will be installed on the ground. And then after it gets installed on the ground, well then we lay our mulch. We're gonna put a ton of mulch, this entire substrate.
Oh yeah,
will be
it's a
mulching
ton
the
of
entire
mulch.
ground. So picture a cage, then mulch, and then the
I don't know,
house
it's
build.
few
That's pretty
cars,
much all
few
we've got
trucks.
to do in this entire enclosure. And just like that, the
Maybe
biggest
100
enclosure yet
bags.
is complete. Yeah, we still ran out. There's literally one piece we didn't have enough fascia for, so I've talked about this dang wood the whole entire time. We still didn't have enough. But we did end up completing the side
Okay,
of the
okay.
Monday cage. I figure we just knocked those
Really
down,
appreciate
and
it.
looks
Thank
really,
you
really
for
good.
being
Come on,
here.
Shane. What's up, Bella? Look at this. I mean,
Yeah.
back-to-back absolute banger cages. Look at this. The PC farm is actually becoming like a heck of a farm. Over on the other side, we just have like farm animals, which is still cool. It's great, but like now we're getting into real animals, exotic animals. I love it. And we still have more land behind this that we're gonna build. So imagine this is gonna be concrete right here. All this will be concrete. I might landscape here instead because you can just go in the tortoise if you want. Anyway, concrete down this way, right? And as you can see, look at the roof. We trimmed this roof, and then we have this roof installed, which you saw, but both of these fans are installed. Now eventually there's going to be a power outlet right here, and all of it is able to get wet. Gosh forbid it does get
That's
wet,
good.
it's totally fine. All this is exterior
Yeah.
stuff. So there'll be an outlet plug right there with both of these kind of tied up there and make it look nice. But now both the animals, both the new animals and the Dakota Money trying to reach the wire right now. He will
You need to be careful with
this fan on at all times until winter time and the colder times of the year. Anything under like 80 degrees out here, I'll probably turn those off. Just no point of running them. But this time of year, I'm sweating right now. It's hot. You can even just see the shadows in the sun. It's just blazing all day here in South Florida. So I figured the animals should have some fans. Look at these enclosures in the back end. It's crazy how big it is. Just nuts. So sick. Came out absolutely fantastic. What I know many wait for. How much did this enclosure run your pockets, PC? Well, let me tell you. So, the material, the wood, the wire, all that good stuff. I gotta do math real quick. Just give me a sec. $365.77, Home Depot. $55.45, Home Depot. $881.57. Chain link fences at the feed store down the road.
What?
$1,069 flat, and that is on the bulk wood supply for this entire build. $1,069. And then I gotta incorporate the labor costs, which my guys get paid well, very well. We'll add that in there. All right, and our total comes out to $4,871.79.
Okay.
So $5,000. This is what you get. Honestly, Not that bad yet
Not
again.
that bad
The last
because-
enclosure right behind us, the Cotamundi over here. This enclosure was like 3,000. I think we were just at
3,000,
like
yeah, I remember.
2,970. So for less than 10 grand, we
It's
got
much
both
larger,
of these enclosures done.
and
Now,
it's
granted,
5.
keep in mind, I say done, but I still got to build houses in here. I still got to get mulch. I do have the wire. It's left over from these rolls. So we still have some things to do. I'm thinking that could be another maybe $500. But if you wanted to build this yourself, that's how much it costed me. But I tell you what, that is incredible. Whew, that looks good. I need every single one of you watching, especially if you made it to this point of the video, to go in the comments down below and try to guess what animal I am getting. I bet you won't
Gray
guess.
foxes.
Comment, and if someone guesses it, I might reply underneath. You see my little icon, all right? I'll be taking a look at the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for supporting. And big shout out to Hector and the boys for completing this amazing job as always. I'm excited because I got to do the wire and the mulch and everything along with those boys in a couple days. If you're subscribed to this dang channel, you won't miss any of that. So make sure you're subscribed, smash the like button, and I'll see you right back here in the very next video. My cat is in here. That's not the animal I'm putting in here, I promise. Peace out.
Thanks, man, for the video. It's really like exciting me a lot. Okay, let's go back. So I have a lot of packaging here. You can see it, but it's here. I need to clean everything here. Because it's a lot of stuff which I need to get rid of. Some money.
We are on our way to the DMZ.
Okay, let's switch to my I have spoon. Devices are heated, unable to charge. Okay. What I need to do? I need to clean everything here. I want to clean it. I want free space around me. I need to get rid of all this stuff. There's all this stuff. Yes. So let me show you what we're dealing with. A lot of stuff. Actually, also we have empty cans for recycling. I don't have hands. Go to the kitchen. It's for recycling. Rain stopping soon, which is great actually. But I don't even see rain outside. There's no rain, at least for now. But it's dark. What else do we have here? You just started streaming. I should collab. I should follow. Thank you, Lace. It's for recycling too. Can I restore this? Pretty good, I think. Because it's for recycling and I need... Oops, it was loud. This one. This one. Don't fall. Pretty good. Let's close the door because I'm too loud. I'm not sure if I can restore the same one. Okay, I think it can work. Great. Okay. Also, we need to take our hydrogel. So. Just clean everything. Nice. Hydrogel, fiber gel. It's fiber. Okay, nice. Let's go back. Okay, large package. bring it out. Also forgot about I need key. This one. It's hot. It's not hot. It's pretty cold. The connection just gone. Let's try again. Reconnected. What else do we need? We need to clean Okay, it's reconnecting, but I almost lost my top monitor. Okay. Need to be cleaning the Okay. What else? What else do I need? We can choose some video for now. See?
Here I have a radiated tortoise female that I recently took into the vet. Turns out she has a massive renal calculi that is pressing up against her lungs. The vet says it will likely require surgery.
If it's a renal stone, I mean, that thing would be massive to be, and it would distort the kidney to be pushing it along. I mean,
She is barely moved. I don't feel good about this one because this, in part, is something I've never dealt with before. She does not feel good. We are going to have to sedate her.
What?
Sedate tortoise. It's dangerous.
I'll be honest, this is like,
It's definitely weird. Just kind of what she does. She's reactive and
yeah,
very heavy.
yeah.
When it's warm, she does move around a little bit, but she doesn't really eat much. You know, I saw her like biting at the ground a little bit. We could just kind of tell she doesn't feel good. I just always get nervous.
Oh, so enormous.
Because they can really jam their legs in there.
I love this creature.
But yeah, no, I agree. She's quiet, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's a good way to explain it. You know, like even though they don't make much noise, they're quiet. You know.
and then it's carrying her is weird. Like the renal, the kidney stone, and the bladder stone. I think we gotta get an X-ray to figure out what it looks like now compared to what the one that they have, and then decide what we need to go for her.
Can't hear anything.
It's definitely, I mean, you know, compared to the other ones, you know, obviously she's a new animal. He sent her here to see if we could do better for her, and you know, nothing like the other animals. The other animals are lifting their bodies off the ground, tromping around, causing problems for each other, and she's just kind of there.
Not to decide there. And
Here I have a radiated tortoise female that I recently took into the vet after she was refusing food and suffering from respiratory distress. Unfortunately, prognosis was not good. Turns out she has a massive renal calculi that is pressing up against her lungs. The vet says it will likely require surgery. Unfortunately, my business has taken a bit of a hit. He just can't handle it, and thinks that we could do better for her here. She has not begun to lose weight yet. Clearly, she's very dense. But she is suffering from respiratory distress, which I haven't noticed much from. But it doesn't mean it's not going on, obviously. She's not eating. Despite this, remains very strong and willful. So they'll proceed with the conversation there, and then he said he would put everything together for me. Here's a photo dump, pictures of her, and the injections they sent home with.
sometimes again, it's just the different days that they did it. She is. They said renal, if it's a renal stone, which they have a nephrolith, I mean, that thing would be massive to be, and it would distort the kidney to be pushing along. I mean,
X-ray be first.
X-rays first. It'll be, if it's a stone, they're bright white. I mean, they'll glow like the 4th of July almost. You'll see it pretty clear. It's like almost like an egg, but it's completely all white. So we should see that pretty quick there.
Mhm.
And you can see location is the same as the bladder stone, which I think is the most likely one is a bladder stone. But we try to get those original X-rays that they have too as well.
Okay. I'm shocked that she's in this kind of condition because, you know, she really is far from the worst grown I've seen.
Oh, we've seen so many worse ones there, but no, I agree. Like I said, and sometimes it could be a genetic component, but diet. For me, diet is usually is the biggest one I think there with these guys. But
Okay.
we'll have to see what the like I said, X-ray truly will tell us all. I mean, then we decide what route we have to try to. Is it one that can be surgically removed, or is it one that diet? But I'm guessing from the sounds of it, it's like if you change the diet, we go down that size. Okay. Yeah. It's gotta be the biggest bladder stone known to man. To be pushing on the lungs too, even like that's a because their bodies all one coelom, right? There's no like diaphragm like what us and mammals have.
She's in the same spot. She is barely moved. when she does walk, she's basically dragging herself. She doesn't have that really tall, strong walk that represents a healthy tortoise. It's time we get her in. We got to get updated x-rays. We're going to compare them to the ones that we already got. And we'll see what we're up against here. I don't feel good about this one because this, in part, is something I've never dealt with before. And these kind of situations, you know, this is a shell. So the problem is all the way inside the animal, something that probably is going to have to come out. So, you know, let's do this. Let's get her out of here. She does not feel good. It's a tough one.
Oh, Zap, hi. How are you? Some work in the garden. Okay. Thank you for stopping by.
It's really dense. I mean,
Oh yeah, I will. I hope you too.
It's kilograms.
It was nice to
Yeah, so
see you today.
she's what, probably 19 pounds? A little more than that. Yeah, 19.4 pounds.
19.4 pounds.
Where she feels really heavy.
She's trying to move. She's more or less dragging herself, like not completely dragging herself where like the legs don't move.
Yeah.
But she's not doing that tall, regular walk. You know?
Yeah. And is it because inside hurts or because Alright, here we might be for up again. We'll go into our little high eagle. I'll do a little more of an exam while we're here, and then I think we get a single X-ray and we see.
I think
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Oh yeah. That's weird. It's a weird spot for it.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. Usually with like bladder stones, they're usually a little more like caudally located, but their coelom kind of goes
Slept really well.
But I guess that's why it's pushing on the lung.
No, I mean, that lung field's massive. I mean, I was expecting to see something bigger.
So
to be
day
honest,
to day, yeah.
I mean, that looks
Can
like
pretend.
it's like
It's
Here's
yeah, we said
rain
it's like
and
right
15
side.
Celsius.
Yeah, I mean,
it's almost shaped
I'm
like an egg.
like
Yeah, I mean, radiating
15.
around, but like it you know,
My
it's
box
and if I was a kid,
worms
would be obliterated. It would be
and
the-
papaya. Look at
It's
this
weird how so far forward it is, to be honest. Huh. Okay. And
harvest.
she's eating it all or no?
I've seen her pick at the ground, but that's it.
Looks
She
like
doesn't have
Lego.
any kind of feeding methods.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's animals.
If that was a bladder stone, you guys like, if it's a bladder stone, or you know, to be pushing her lungs, it should be massive.
Yeah.
Like I'll show you guys X-rays later. I mean, these things have massive ones there. I mean, it's still big, but like
Right.
in terms of pushing the lungs, I can't imagine it. Think about all that room that's in that shell for that lung to expand.
And you know, I don't doubt that she's maybe in like some kind of respiratory distress because she did just like extend her neck.
Yeah.
But compared to what I've seen, there's no gasping. There's no
Lego worms.
Definitely getting airflow.
Yeah.
Especially-
I'm sure they have already something like this.
More stress right now. More stress right
Because
now. Right now where she does that little-
Lego
Right.
have
So her neck up-
every
she's
type of-
not eating any, you know, is this something impacted in her GI tract? Is she obstructed?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hobbies.
She has not defecated.
that would be a long time for an obstruction because how long the other person, how long they said they had the
He initially reached
I need
out
to sort them
April
because
28th, and this was right when he
they're getting older
going on 2 months, man.
and need to be
True obstruction, like nothing can pass it.
rearranged.
But I think we should repeat the X-ray. I mean, if we, try to see if we can see if it's changed at all. Has it gotten bigger? Has it gotten worse?
In that image, why does it almost look like a puzzle piece put together?
Because that could, if it's stones, multiple stones just pushed together. Because they, sometimes you see bladder stones that are just one big solid stone. Other times you can have certain stones that then just kind of start sticking together, and you get these multiple things. But yeah, it looks so like it is literally just stuck tight
Yeah,
together
it looks
there.
like somebody glued little pieces of something together. It almost looks like eggshell.
It's a little odd, honestly. The locations is what's kind of weird to me. For it to say, hey, that's definitely a bladder stone.
Radiated tortoises they're so hardy that I feel like if there's a species that can overcome something,
Yeah, it sounds
it's that,
crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
I just don't know what kind of damage has been done that has been in her this long.
Yeah, it's either like a very bright stone or just unexpected. This is a weird one. I'll be honest. This is like
It's definitely weird. I'm not seeing anything. Well, that's kind of like
Okay, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Have fun there.
That's way too bright to be that. Listen, we'll get her extra
You
going. We'll see what it
too.
shows us. Okay. You wanna pop
See
her
you
in
next
there?
time,
Let's go for a
Sal.
little trip.
It was nice to chat with you today.
Little field trip together. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Now take her. I'll lead the way. Yep, put her down. All right, best part about the tortoises, don't move.
What?
Yes, dude.
What the?
This is weird.
It moved?
Yes, there it is right there, though. That's why.
Is this impaction?
It could be. You see all
Because look at all this.
see all the gas? The gas
Yeah,
with
look
it?
at all this. That's
Yeah. Huh.
she ingested stuff. It's
Yeah.
gotta be what it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's a small gas. I don't think it's a stone gas. Alright, let me just get, let's at least get the lateral. We can decide if we want to send it out or not. But
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're too kind to me.
Some extras you have what's called horizontal beam. So see how this beam is straight up and down. You can't change the angle of it in the sense of like there's a machine that you can basically take it and it comes this way and it shoots them sitting upright. The problem with them on their side is everything kind of pushes on their side there. So this isn't the best for like a deep for like the lateral view.
See ya. See ya, Zap.
Yeah, I think it's maybe worth a cent. I agree.
Is it all the way down? Like
Yeah, it's here it is. So this is us on our side. It's right here.
it's right there. So what on earth?
It's weird. It's, whatever that is all. It's things are moving, right? The question is,
that a good thing?
yeah, where is it located? Is it in the GI tract? Is it in the coelom? It'd be weird for the coelom, but she is acting sick enough to. Is it a ruptured egg? It just doesn't look like that. That's not what you usually see it.
Yeah, it looks to me. I wonder if she was kept on or near a lot of oyster shell.
Yeah,
You know, like they sell for chickens. A lot of people use that for tortoises.
gravel. Sometimes they eat them.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like she just went to town ingesting a lot of this stuff. It looks like she ate a bunch of something.
Yeah, that's what it looks, because you instead of like that nice one big concrete, there's like all the little chunks in places. So yeah, I mean honestly, I think we send it to a radiologist, see if we can kind of define it, what their thoughts are on it. It's just the location's always hard to pinpoint where's it coming from. We can try to get some blood to see if there's anything else systemically going on with her that makes us think that maybe I think you're kind of drawn into that big bright white thing, but is that just because her GI tract's not really moving? She's not really eating.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah. Let's go where we can maybe try to attempt blood, I guess, if you guys are cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's give it a whirl, and if not, I can always consult some of my exotic friends and just see if they have any thoughts too in the X-ray, you know, for her case. But I honestly think it's like we just get so drawn into like, oh, it's gonna be something bad, and it's like,
Yeah.
she's acting sick enough. Is it really not related to that? It's something more metabolically, and that's just happenstance we found upon that, and yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's just weird. Yeah. Actually, put on a big syringe, because she's big enough, we can take a little bit extra blood if we need it. Extra blood is better. So, let's see. Oh, look. I think it's all the way tucked up into here. So I think that's her elbow.
That's right.
Right there.
Let go.
Yeah, you let go.
We are going to have to sedate her in order to get blood. But what the blood can tell us is if there's something systemic going on with her, because right now it's possible that she just ingested too much of something. But we want a radiologist to look at it. And I guess that's it for now.
That's it for now, yeah. I mean, we can always, if we figure some fluids, we can try to consider some mineral oil if they think it's just ingest that's stuck in there. But
Okay.
I think first, let's see what the radiology can work out. Let's try to sedate her, get some blood, and see what those results point to if there is something systemically going on with her.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Could it be assisted with like a bladder stone? I guess, but once again, I wouldn't expect her to be acting that size of a one, as well as, and then why is it breaking up? Why is it in different places now?
Yeah.
That's why I think it's either GI or if it's in the coelom, we have other like things.
The fact that it was here and now it's here and there's all these broken up pieces, I don't know, something tells me this thing is breaking up and moving.
Yeah, and then now it's like, then why is she still not eating if it's breaking and moving? Why is she not eating? Why is she not acting right? And that's where is that just an art, is that just by incidental finding, right? The red herring we call them, right? Like it's
Right.
you think it's the problem, but it's actually something else underlying, and this blood work going to give us more of a
Right.
insight into her.
Something tells me the blood's gonna be okay. And boring, as you call it. Because Rockalina's blood was boring. And that she ingested something and we just gotta get it to move.
This is the most exclusive wildlife tour that we have ever done at a billionaire's private wildlife rescue and rehab, where he has decided to rescue and save the largest amount of animals of anywhere on the planet. And we have the first ever exclusive behind-the-scenes tour at Ventara, India. Ventara is like an animal
Sounds
haven on Earth.
amazing.
The amount of care that each animal gets and the sheer size of this place is truly incredible. It spans 3,000 acres, over 15 different facility sites, and each of these sites are focused on specific animal groups. And first, we're going to visit some gentle giants in their very own custom jacuzzis.
Hello, doctor.
Hi, morning. How are you?
How are you, my friend?
Good, good, good.
What's happening here? Is this a
So-
swimming pool?
This is the hydrotherapy pool. It is a swimming pool, and these two elephants you see, her name is Moni Mola and that's Champa, her friend.
Okay.
So both of these are severely arthritic. They're old.
Meaning their joints and their bones and things, they ache from too much gravity and too much pressure.
Yeah, so what happens is when the elephants are outside,
Yeah.
before they came here, these are rescued elephants, right?
Yeah.
So they're being used for logging or
Yeah.
riding or, entertainment purposes, circuses, for
Yeah.
example.
So as hydrotherapy, they get to relax in here, like that one
Yeah,
over
she's
there.
sleeping peacefully.
Get to have
you
a
see,
sleep,
right?
and they just put their trunk up to breathe, and then it doesn't hurt their bones and their joints.
It doesn't hurt, it takes the weight off their joints, it gives them a huge relief.
So this elephant is so relaxed, she's passed out, she's gone back to sleep. But this is just one of a gazillion things that you guys do it here at Ventara, right?
We try our best, yeah.
We try our best. So let's go see some more. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hello, baby. Get him. Take his cameras. There goes an elephant. He's stealing all the fruit. Come on, buddy, this way. Here we go. Come on now. Come on now. So look at these two. These two elephants came from logging. They were miserable. These animals were literally being tortured. That guy had holes in his
by
ear. He's
elephants.
blind in one eye and was being fully abused. And now they just have this
They're so
this
small.
amazing life
It's like
here at Ventara.
Indian.
You
I
can see
used
how friendly and happy
more
they
used
are.
to
And they're two
African.
of over 220 elephants that live here at Ventara, whose lives have become completely perfect. Now you may be
But
looking
in our
thinking,
zoo
oh,
we had
how can they be living
Indian
in this box? They're
elephants
not.
too.
That's what's insane. So as you stay tuned, as we show you this, every single elephant that you're going to see, they only overnight in places like this, and they move out into a private elephant forest, which we're going to go see in a little bit. So look at this. Every day the elephants here get a scrub and a bath, which not only cleanses them, but helps them develop a bond with their mahout, which is the guy who stays with them at every stage of their life, walks with them in the forest, scrubs them here, feeds them everything, so that they have that intimate connection. In case you didn't think these elephants had it good enough here at Ventara, right now they're getting a hot water massage with all kinds of herbal medicine for their joints. It's better than a spa for humans. And believe it or not, here we have an elephant mani-pedi station. So these guys are actually trained equine farriers, meaning they take care of horse feet. But at this facility, the only facility in the world, they have taken that knowledge and applied it to elephant care, because in captivity, before they're rescued, these elephants have major foot problems from getting shards of glass in them, walking on boiling hot pavement. And once they come here, look at just how relaxed this elephant is. It's got 3 people running around fiddling with it. This would never happen with an elephant that has been abused until they got to Ventara. If you didn't think these elephants had it good enough already, just wait until you see the next luxury that they get to enjoy.
And so here we have the world's first temperature-controlled elephant jacuzzi.
Temperature control.
Oh,
Oh my god, this is
Not
amazing,
bad.
doctor.
So this is
They're in
like
a spa.
I know. So this is like the next
Most of
step
people
what
on
you
our
want.
planet
Yeah.
don't have
So here we
the
have
spa.
this is all temperature control, and here we have water jets at 3 levels.
It's temperature control.
It's temperature control.
What temperature do you keep it at?
So this can go up to 32 degrees Celsius. which
Okay.
you can use with
32.
us,
Yeah.
But otherwise
It's
remains at
warm.
room temperature of
So it's literally a giant hot tub.
It is.
It's got jets, it's got
It has
heating.
got jets at 3 levels.
Is this the world's first elephant jacuzzi?
It is world's first temperature control jacuzzi.
Hey, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. I love this. This is amazing. This is blowing my mind. I'm so, doctor, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion.
Totally.
Being here, knowing what these animals have been through, and seeing what this is like. I mean, this is paradise for them.
Yeah, I mean, even for us, it's really amazing.
This man really love it, the animals.
Especially in the conditions they come.
This is unbelievable.
Because it's
Yeah,
pricey,
but the thing, this is
at least.
really, you know, let me show you some more stuff.
Okay, let's go. And after all those insane spa treatments, every single day, every elephant at this facility comes through here and goes into this conditioning. Hey, doctor. Thank you. So what's going on here?
Currently, we are having a laser therapy session
Okay.
for one of our arthritic elephants.
Laser therapy.
Laser therapy. So
Wow.
we use this for arthritis, for acute sprains and traumas. Sometimes we use it for colic and even for laser acupuncture.
And they're being conditioned to go into this every day so that
Yes.
you can apply treatment, right?
Yes.
You can give them medication, you can do whatever needs to be done for each individual animal.
Right. And as you can see, she is constantly being given treats so that there's a positive correlation.
Yep.
So they're completely stress-free while the entire procedure is going on.
And once they go through here, there's a whole smattering of other things that
Yes.
they can or will go through before they go outside, right?
So we try to condition them to come into the hospital, get through every stage so that if and when we do need to bring them in for certain procedure, they're completely stress-free.
All right, thank you, doctor. If I were to explain to you guys the amount of features that this hospital has, this video would be 6 hours long. But look at this. Right here is an elephant in an oxygen hyperbaric chamber. Over here, we have the world's largest elephant hydraulic lift. So this is used for surgeries on elephants where they bring them up because you cannot move a sleeping elephant when you have to give it surgery. There are millions and millions of dollars of radiology and
for
machines
sure.
and all kinds of things going on over here. In this area, the animal are getting acupuncture. Look at this. This is an elephant acupuncture. This place is the craziest,
Acupuncture
the best, the
for
most
elephants.
impressive wildlife husbandry facility I've ever seen in my entire life, and it honestly makes me so happy that I want to cry knowing that these animals are being saved, and that's before they get to go to the forest, which is where we're going right now.
The forest is one of the most special sites at Ventara, a 2,000-acre lot where there are no cages or restraints. They browse, interact with other species, and most importantly, act like elephants. Welcome to the Greenbelt. Whether an animal was rescued from a human-wildlife conflict zone or saved from performing in a circus, once they get to Ventara, their life has changed forever. No more chains or torture devices. They now live a life worth living.
Imagine being chained up in these torture devices, literally 22 hours a day in the boiling hot sun where your feet are burning on concrete. And when you walk through the doors here at Ventara, never again will those horrible torture devices be a part of their life. Look at how much they even hate it. They're just literally breaking them and throwing them around. They know that they've come to freedom here. And
Okay,
happiness from a
it
life
looks good
of
finally.
torture. Some very powerful stuff. It's amazing, huh, Kyle? Yeah, it's really powerful to think what they've come from and where they are now. And this is just the start because there are thousands and thousands more animals to see here at Ventara. So let's get on to happier times.
Okay,
Hey, Naman.
this one is
How are you, my
done.
friend? Good to see you. I'm very well. Tell me about these beautiful, grumpy kitties that you have here.
So you're standing at the world's biggest and the largest leopard center.
Okay, how many leopards?
Got more than 250 leopards.
Ooh,
250 leopards get out of here.
Exactly.
No way.
oh, it's so
Do
crazy.
you ever say no to a leopard?
Not at all.
Is there any animal at Ventara that you say no to?
Not at all.
So any animal in need you guys will bring in.
Definitely.
That is absolutely insane. So where do you keep 250 leopards?
So this whole facility,
Yeah.
it's a 60-acre facility,
Okay.
and we've got more than 150 paddocks and night sets.
Well, my understanding is one of these leopards, I'm not sure which one, is a notorious man-eater.
Right behind you.
This one?
Yes.
What's this leopard's name?
His name is Love.
Love?
Yeah.
It's not a very
Love.
intimidating name for a leopard. How many people has Love killed?
Someone more than 20.
More than 20?
Yes.
So is he called Love because he loves to eat people?
It's because of the caretakers who actually love him.
I see. So this animal that's showing me this unbelievably relaxed body language, is calm, he's lying down, he's not hiding, he's eaten 20 people.
Yes.
Get out of here. Typically when an animal like a leopard or a tiger becomes a man-eater,
Look at
there's
this.
a reason.
It's
They
so
don't choose to
chunky.
become a man-eater. What was Love's
Compared to
See, normally what's
usual
happening here
one
is
size.
when we rescued these animals from the lion-dominated areas, our team found out that the lions were actually struggling for the resources.
I see.
And you see
Because
when a big cat like lion is struggling for the resources,
large one is
leopards cannot
old
live in the area.
They had nothing to eat.
And
box.
in search of easy prey, in search of stray animals, they come into cities and villages, and that's how where they get into the conflict with humans.
I see. So you're a pretty naughty kitty if you've eaten 20 people. How have you managed to get him this relaxed and this calm?
You want to know it?
Yes, I do.
Come, let me show you.
Just
Okay.
enormous size.
I better not go in there. Okay. You stood up like we were going in.
So we actually train this animal. This is known as positive reinforcement training.
So you've got the whistle, that's his cue.
Yes.
And then is that target for target training?
Exactly.
So he puts his nose on. It's like a house cat. It's a man-eating house cat. That's
Yes.
what you've managed to create here.
And you know what? We are not changing his natural behavior, but this
Right.
training helps us to actually keep a track on the health of these animals. So today, if I want to take a blood sample,
How do you do it?
I can
And
take
the
tail.
box,
So it's
watch.
Show me.
I'll show
You can't take his tail.
So
He's going to bite your hand off if you touch his tail. No, get out of here.
Compared to small
No,
size.
put your hand in there. Good thing he's distracted because you wouldn't have a hand otherwise. Look at
Just
this.
a
Oh my
mouse.
goodness.
Forrest, hold this.
No way.
Feel the thing.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. I am literally petting the tail of a notorious Indian man-eating leopard. I mean, this is wild. And what's more wild than the fact that this animal has killed and eaten 23 people, or that he's been rescued and living in this insane facility, is the fact that while holding his tail, this notorious man-eater who's backing his butt up towards me, he couldn't care less. He is happy, he is relaxed, his body language is showing you calmness. They don't have to sedate him, they don't have to put him under any undue stress, and literally, it's like playing with a big man-eating house kitty. Well, this is unbelievable. Thank you, I'm gonna let go of this. I don't want to, but I'm going to.
No.
Thank you for showing me. This is amazing. There are so many leopards here, there's no way we can see 250
You
of
want
them.
to see one more surprise?
One more surprise?
Yes.
Let's go.
Come, let
Show
me
me.
take it out.
Let's go. Something exciting is coming. What do we have here? Oh, no
Good
way.
girl.
Wait, what's going on here?
Good girl.
This isn't melanistic.
This is not melanistic.
This is a different... Is this a skin condition? What is going on? What is it?
Grey
How
and
does this
black
thing work?
leopard.
So when it's so much melanism that it starts to turn white or
It
silver.
starts turning back. So
Starts
the
turning
thing,
back.
yes, the grayish pattern you see.
Never seen this
It's a very rare
before.
condition.
How many of these are there in the world?
I don't know, probably 2, 3.
2 or 3 in the entire world, and you have one of them here.
Amazing.
And she looks like she was hand raised or
Yes,
captive
she was in the
facility.
captive facility before.
Wow. So here you can really see the difference between melanism and vitiligo. So vitiligo is this unbelievably rare condition where there's so much melanism, like this leopard here, this hyper black melanism, that the skin actually reverts back. So it overproduces melanism to the point that it kind of conks out and then it starts creating a white color, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, and this one's a bit cheeky. You're not like Tusker. This one would kill you.
Tusker is incredibly beautiful, but vitiligo is a rare autoimmune condition, and without the special care that Ventara gives her, she would be struggling in the wild.
Well, Naman, this is amazing, my friend. This place, I wish there's so many things I wish I could show here. I mean, I wish I could give all 250 plus leopards their time, but
Forrest,
I
I
appreciate
really
it.
think you should see the reptiles of Antara. I know you're a reptile
Okay,
fan.
reptiles it is. Hey there, Arj. How are you? Good to see you. Oh man, you're just hanging out here with all your pet dinosaurs, huh?
Childhood dream, living it.
So these are all muggers, right?
Correct. So we are at Vantara's Crocodile Rescue Center right now, and all of these big crocs here are our male mugger crocodiles.
These are all males.
All male.
Oh my
This is a
goodness.
large male group of mugger crocodiles. You can see they have a big spacious enclosure here.
This is a ton of space.
Correct. So we got all these crocodiles in as part of our ongoing efforts to decongest Indian zoos.
Oh, you're kidding.
We moved these guys almost a couple of thousand kilometers across the country.
No way.
Just to make sure that they have a more spacious home. They were in a very overcrowded facility in the south of India. and we moved all of these by road almost halfway across the country, and we've given them the most luxurious gift possible.
That must have been a crazy move.
Oh, heck.
Even just catching one of these things, I know from experience, not with muggers, but with salties and things, it's a hassle catching one crocodile.
We were catching up and moving at least 100 at a time across the country. It was a mammoth exercise, but we managed to do it without any casualty, both to crocs or to humans.
Well,
This
that's
is something
good,
that we're very proud of.
Yeah, that's good.
And now all of these mugger crocs, along with a bunch of other species we've rescued from various places, they have a very comfortable and much more spacious home than they did have at any of their previous facilities. Calm down now. Hey! Oh my.
Shit.
That's the problem. Once of them.
There is a problem.
They all get fired up.
That's enough. Calm down. Calm down.
One has to be a smart ass, and then they all think.
But you can't. If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
100%.
You know, you have to be
Quick
stern
nap
with
and-
crocodiles. That's it. You just got to show them, look, I'm one of you. You know, I'm just like you are. If you come at me, I'm coming back. If you act like prey, they'll treat you like prey.
Absolutely, 100%.
This is just a reminder that getting up close with these animals can be very dangerous. Luckily, I've been working with wildlife for decades, but I wouldn't recommend going near crocodiles like this to anyone.
This one, I don't like his body language.
That one's just waiting to.
He's ready to go. I've been watching him out the side eye. Yeah,
he's side eyeing us too. He's like, "Where's my chicken at? Where's my meat at?"
He thinks these are chicken legs. You see these skinny legs?
A lot of mutations
I know. See,
were
look at him. Hey,
involved,
that's
but
enough out
they're
of you.
so
That's enough. Calm down.
enormous
There you go.
size.
Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. There you go. Tell me a bit about mugger crocodiles. I'll say of all the crocodilians, they're one that I have very little experience with.
So mugger crocs are the most widespread Indian species of crocodile. So they're found pretty much across peninsular India. They also have the broadest snout of any true crocodilian. So they are adapted to eat much larger prey.
This guy. Hey,
Yeah, he's looking for a snack
you
as well.
just be quiet. Sorry, they're adapted to eat larger prey.
Adapted to eat larger prey. They do exert tremendous bite force.
Yeah.
But as far as conflict with humans go, they're not very aggressive. We're able to stand here without much of a hassle. That says a lot.
Obviously, you said these guys were rescued from overcrowding. I think most people don't understand that crocodiles can live in ridiculous abundance together. I mean, look at them. They're literally lizards on top of lizards over here.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Especially mugger crocs. So they're happy living like this.
Yeah.
And we make sure to manage the diet and break up fights whenever we need to. But
Which probably happens a lot, especially with males, right?
in all male groups, once in a while we have to break up fights, but otherwise mostly they're pretty good to each other.
How many species of crocodilian do you have here?
Oh, we have more than a dozen species of crocodile, but there's one really special species I think we should go take a look at after this.
I'd love to. Let's do it. Don't you guys behave now.
But before we go check out this very special reptile, let's take a look at how they keep control over so many animals. And then get up close and personal with an animal I never thought I would get to see.
And if you're asking yourself the obvious question of how do you protect hundreds of thousands of animals over 3,500 acres, well, take a look at this. You have the best private security team you could ever imagine. You have aerial surveillance. You have 3,500 cameras here looking like the White House of wildlife. It is absolutely insane. As you move over here, you have all of these tranquilizers, human and animal response teams, all kinds of AI learning to learn about these animals. You have a fire officer, a mechanical officer, and a
So
vet
great.
who are all looking out for the best welfare of the animals in the most state-of-the-art security facility that I have ever seen.
Enough with the technology. Let's go check out one of the coolest animals in the entire world.
This entire trip and this entire place has been one of these things where dreams for me are coming true, and I'm actually getting goosebumps and like butterflies in my stomach. I've never been like celebrity shy or anything like that, and right now I might freak out. They've said just go ahead, and if you'd like to interact with the okapis, these two have been born here. They're two very special okapis, and just go right in.
Approaching wildlife that you're unfamiliar with is unwise and can be dangerous to the animal. But these okapis have been raised by Mavesh, who we'll meet a little bit later. So I trust his judgment, giving us the okay to get up close and personal.
One of the most shy, incredible, and elusive species closely related to the giraffe. In fact, they are the only pair of twin okapis that have ever been born and raised successfully in the entire world. And they're right here at Ventara. I'm going to try very carefully to get close to one without upsetting it, but it's like, oh, I'm like jittery with excitement because this is an animal I've wanted to see up close my whole life. One really, really cool thing about okapis is they weren't even discovered until 1901. They were thought to be mythological, and when they were discovered, It was figured out how elusive they are, how shy they are, and because they're related to giraffes, they're browsers, so they pick all this vegetation with a tongue that's insane, 18 inches long. So and just look at them. I think they're like the most beautiful animal in the entire world. They are very shy. They're not nervous, as you can see by their body language, but they're not an animal that's going to come up and try and rub up and nuzzle up against you. Super rare, endangered species, but even more than their rarity is their shyness and their elusiveness. The fact that basically you cannot get close to these animals in the wild at all. And this guy's just hanging
I
out
saw
right
them
here.
in Warszawa
Big,
Zoo.
beautiful, waxy ears. Look at what it's like petting him. That's the grease that they
Just
emit from
giraffe.
their coat to keep them water repellent. So one thing that's so incredible about a copy outside of
Never
looking
heard
like
about
something
it,
a child
actually.
drew on a piece of paper is with this 18-inch browser tongue, they're the only animal in the world that can take their tongue and clean the backside and inside of their ears and
So
their
amazing.
eyeballs with their own tongue.
It's so
to keep
rare
them
there.
healthy, which is absolutely crazy. Look at him, he's just so cute.
Not a
I
lot
love
of
him. I want to hug him and then my whole shirt will look like
zoos have them.
boy, do I love you.
As we finished up with the okapis, I got word that Arj is ready for a very special experience with my favorite animal on earth. So let's go check it out.
Oh, Arj, no way.
This is what I was talking about.
Oh, Gariel are literally my favorite
Gavial!
animals in the entire world. How many are in here?
Never seen them alive,
Crocodiles in this.
They're pretty
like
shy, right?
in
They're
real
very
life.
shy. They're not the most aggressive species of crocodile. They can give you a quick bite off to the side
Of course,
because they
yeah.
move left, right really fast.
Yep.
Obviously, you know why they have these long, slender snouts. It's because they're primarily fish eaters.
World-class fish.
World-class fish eaters.
Yeah.
Really the very best.
Ooh, look sneaky. I like that. See that sideway move? No lunging. Yeah. Is that a boy?
One looks like a boy.
Oh, so you have males in here.
Yeah, this is a mixed group, but they're not old enough to breed.
So something I have to try that. I've never touched a Gariel. I have to touch a Gariel.
I have to touch.
Look at that. I have touched a Gariel.
I love
I've touched a
Gariels,
Gariel.
but
Let's dream come
I
true.
don't have to
Again,
touch
this
them.
is very dangerous, and I'm risking losing a finger. But years of experience with crocodilians, and with Arj by my side, I'm confident I'll be okay.
Look at the sneaky one. Hello. Ooh, that would be some stitches. Look at that. So in the wild, the males get absolutely huge. Whoops.
This is probably the second largest or the third largest species of crocodile
In the entire world.
in the entire world. The biggest gharial captured was 17 and a half or 18
Oh my
feet
God.
close to. So despite them being a fairly peaceful species, they get massive.
And they can cause some trouble. A bite from one of those is
A
devastating.
bite from a big
sure.
gharial would be very painful, but typically that would only happen if the animal is a male defending a clutch of babies. You've seen the images of gharial forming creases with the babies. So
Of course.
males,
Stop.
it's believed that males do that to advertise their suitability as potential parents. So
Interesting.
there are guardian males that oversee big groups of 200, 300, 400 babies at a stretch, and they're not necessarily the parents of half of those babies. That's just them signaling their suitability as a potential future mate for some of these females.
So the Gariel, I learned this the last time I was here, is a type of Indian pot.
Ghara. The
Ghara.
word ghara means pot.
Pot.
Ghara means pot.
And so that's what that little bulbous thing on the end of the nose is.
It looked like a pot to the initial lot of people who saw these animals. But it's got a lot more function than just being a visual
Sure.
thing. The males use it for sexual signaling. And aside from that, they're known to use that to amplify the calls that they make to females.
They're like,
yeah, so it's a big part of their breeding process as well. So the bigger the ghara,
Jason.
the more attractive that male is to potential mates. So it's like peacocks or any other animal. It's all
Of course.
different forms of sexual signaling.
Of
and
course.
the ghara plays a big role in gharial reproduction.
well, this has been literally as much of a dream come true as working with any animal could be for me in my entire life. So I cannot
sure.
say thank you enough for this.
Absolutely, you're welcome anytime. If you want to take a look at any of our other reptile groups, so just give me a shout and you know where to find me.
Sure, that would be amazing. Bye, guys. You're the best. You're the best. One day I'll be back to see your babies. Oh, I just want to hug you, even though you ripped me to shreds.
After this incredible experience with the Gariel, we decided to check out a hippo species that's been taking the world by storm.
This is Mudang on steroids over here, right? So this is, what's funny is, of every animal that we've been around, this is probably the most dangerous one.
Exactly.
And as adorable and cute as this pygmy hippo looks, you were terrified. You were like, don't
Pygmy
go in
hippo,
there.
I saw them in Cyprus Zoo.
What I know about hippos
It's
is
like
big Nile hippos.
island variety
They're not
of
aggressive,
hippos.
they're nervous. So if they feel trapped at all, they come at you. How is that compared to warfare?
These guys, anytime their mood changes.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
We can't believe, even if we are cleaning, they'll be hiding, they'll be coming very close to us, and
Yeah.
they will be immediately charging.
So they really are actually aggressive, not just defensive.
Very
Didn't know.
Interesting.
Exactly. Basically, we want all our animals to be wild. We are not playing with them, we are not taming them, nothing.
Right.
Just releasing them, just observing them.
Yep.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look
here
at
she
that.
comes.
Yeah.
Better back up. She's getting cheeky now. There we go. Good job. So take a look at that white secretion by her ear there. That is a natural sunscreen. So there we go. Now we're okay. For now. So that's a natural sunscreen that they emit from the glands behind their ears, and then they'll go and rub it against the tree and rub it all over their body, and that protects them from the very harsh North African sun where they're from. So absolutely amazing animal. So tell me a little bit about these pygmy hippos. Honestly, I don't know that much about them.
They are from Central Africa.
Yeah.
Everyone know that.
Yep.
And they are from the rainforest.
One of the reasons I wanted to feature her is because I thought when you told me
Maybe
the
it's
story
different
about how you got these two and how Mr. Ambani rescued them, I couldn't
only
believe it.
one
So get this, right?
I
These
knew
pygmy
about
hippos
its
were in a hotel
island
pond
variation.
in Sri Lanka. Okay,
Right.
that means these animals had been collected, likely from the wild, and somehow smuggled from Central Africa to Sri Lanka, where some of the most dangerous and aggressive little chubby hamsters you've ever seen were hanging out in a hotel pond as a spectacle for tourists. And then Mr. Ambani heard about this, went down there and rescued them and brought them to this oasis. And that's like deciding to get, a killer wolf as a pet and put it in your hotel lobby and be like, go pet the nice friendly dog. I mean, I cannot think of a worse pet to have at a hotel than these guys, which are so notoriously cheeky and horrible. I mean, even what we're doing right now is quite dangerous.
Even that's why I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at. I'm just observing the animal.
Well, I think it's so fantastic what you guys are doing here, and the fact that you saved these two little hippos. Because you know what would have happened? They would have ended up hurting someone, probably a tourist. Somebody would have been hurt, and they would have been put down. And that would have been the end of it. Well, another life goal for me here, as far as seeing an animal that I never really thought I'd get to interact with, and seeing it so peaceful. This is a very cheeky, very aggressive creature, and instead of being upset, she's as calm as a pygmy hippo can be. She's as calm as can be. She's sitting there having a chomp on watermelon. Well, this is amazing. This place is incredible. We've barely even scratched the surface. I mean, I've seen 2,000-3,000 animals in the last 2 days, and that's not even the beginning. Let's go see some big cats, shall we?
Yeah, we have.
Let's do it.
But before we go check out some insane color morph tigers, let's go see some rhinos that were rescued from a flood.
One of the coolest things here, I think, at Ventara is the fact that you guys are working to save Indian rhino, which are in a lot of trouble like all rhinos. So how did you end up with these guys?
See, we rescued these guys from the Assam flood.
Oh, there was a huge flood in Assam.
Yes, they were very small calves when they rescued, and now they are enjoying this 5-acre land.
5 acres just for 2 of them?
Yeah, just for 2.
That's amazing.
And with natural 2 water bodies.
Yeah.
You can see the
I saw them wallowing in the water.
They're wallowing in the
They're
water.
I can see they're a bit cheeky, so we must slowly make our way
They
back.
will charge anytime.
I can see that. They're going to start, hopefully you boys can move. But
Yeah,
see the nose starting to come up now and the ears going forward? That's cheekiness coming.
She is Sukani and the male is Bishujit. And both rescued from the different village of Assam.
And brought together.
Exactly.
And they're paired up.
Exactly.
I love it. Look at them. They're sweet. They're sweet, but
They
not
are
that
not fully
sweet.
grown. They are not adult completely.
Yeah.
They are still. That's
Yeah.
why they are, because basically the Indian rhinos are solitary animals.
So really cool there, the right thing to do. It's interesting because you probably could stay in with the rhinos, but the thing is, one head shake, it's enough.
Yeah,
That's all it takes. The power of these animals, you cannot imagine. Because literally, just like, if they saw you like a fly, that's irritating, you're smushed, you're dead. So, you do have to give them respect, and it's a pity that we have to be through the bars, but this is not an electric fence, this is not something, it's just a bar, and I mean, look, at the end of the day, the truth is, they're not angry animals, you see, like, I'm right here, yes, they could charge, whatever, but they're not, they're choosing to be very calm, they're just happy to have food, but the right thing to do, the respectful thing to do for the animal, is not encroach on their space. Sit here, let them have a lunch. They obviously love you. They came running over to see you. And I think the fact that you guys are rescuing these animals from India, animals that are in such jeopardy globally, all rhinos, And here they are living their best life,
Yes.
literally. It's
And of course,
absolutely
you can
awesome. Oh, Kyle's been got. Did you get that? Cheeky. That's funny. Kyle got. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, cheeky girl. What you can't see is on the back here, look over here, is this huge lake. Rhinos love mud. They need it for their skin. They need it to wallow. They need it for sunscreen. They've got it all right here at Ventara. It's absolutely awesome. What else should we go see?
Tigers.
This is a crazy story that we're going to tell because they have all kinds of different genetic variations, morphed hybrids of tigers. Let's go see them.
Before we go into the ugly part of the tigers, the tiger breedings,
Yeah.
and I'll show you some of the pure breed in Ventara.
That's a beautiful wild Bengal tiger. This is what a tiger should look like. This is probably a wild caught animal, right?
Exactly, it's a wild rescue.
Yeah. From a well or human wildlife conflict or something like that. Because, oh, look at that, he's hot. Look at this. Come. Look at this. So here he's sitting, he's cooling down. See that panting?
Yeah.
That is a heat release. And he's sitting in the water, he's venting out the heat, he's cooling his body down. And we're very lucky because Bengal tigers, one like this, a real one, very shy.
Now you have seen the beautiful Indian tiger here in this enclosure.
Yep.
Now you're going to see the ugly part of captive breeding.
Let's go.
And after we check out these odd color morph tigers, we're going to play a little game with them that I like to call drone enrichment cat and mouse.
Hi. Hello, big boy. Tigers are not supposed to look like this. These are selectively bred color morphs.
Exactly.
Explain it to me because I don't really understand the morph world.
Me too.
Normal tiger color is orange.
Right. The beautiful.
It's pricey, yeah, I can understand it. It's because it's rare.
Here you
But
can see the different morphs. Two morphs you can see here. One is snow tiger and the other one is
I
golden tiger.
don't understand why.
It's
Why people
completely
need to see.
inbreeds.
And it's changed a lot about them, right? And I think that's important to note. Tigers are a solitary animal.
Actually, I understand, but I don't like it.
Six in here? How many are in here?
Yeah. Here we have 7 here.
7.
Yeah. Because basically we got a group of these tigers.
Yeah.
And when we started separating, we all know they are solitary. But when we started separating them and we observed the cortisol level in fecal matters, but it's showing very high.
So they were stressed out.
Exactly. When we separated them, they are
That's not
showing
solitary behavior.
Exactly.
And I think it's important that the audience knows about this. It's kind of a sad story. Tigers in the 1980s were a hot commodity. And I mean, they still kind of are today, right? Tiger kings and things like that.
Yeah.
But in the 1980s, you could buy a tiger for 10 grand or something, keep it in your living room. There was no regulation. And then people didn't just want a tiger. They wanted a white tiger or a black tiger or one with no stripes.
Exactly.
Or
The
one
demand.
with...
The demand.
Some people just
demand of the
going
different
crazy.
morphs increased.
Right.
That's why
Why in
genetically
hell?
engineered.
Right.
You need
That's why now
a
we are
tiger.
suffering a lot. Our entire Ventara team,
Yeah.
the veterinary team, the biological team, everyone is suffering a lot because if there is a small injury,
Right.
it will take minimum 1 to 2 months for the proper healing because most of them are hemophilic.
No way.
Most
So
of
that's
them
all from the
Hemophilic.
genetic inbreeding.
Yes.
So it's ruined their health.
Genetically they are very poor.
Yeah.
That's what we understood.
Mhm.
So it's heinous, really,
Yeah.
unethical.
Yeah,
and
it is
natural.
unethical. It
It's
really is.
unethical
It's
and
unethical.
from the natural. It's far from the natural breed.
Right.
It's
I'm
wow
agree,
effect in other zoos
actually.
and everywhere. Wow effect. Wow, it's a golden tiger.
Right.
Wow, it's a snow tiger.
Right.
Blindness.
But at the end, these animals are suffering a lot.
But what's important to note here, and what's so important overall, is that Mr. Ambani and what you guys have been taught here, don't say no to any animal.
Exactly.
This is so much more stress for the keepers here at Ventara to take care of these animals because these are unhealthy inbred animals. And it puts tons of stress, resources, time, probably heartbreak on the keepers
Exactly.
just to take care of
But
these
they
animals.
are enjoying now. We are trying to bring them back to the wilderness. Because in the wild, they'll come across with a different fecal matters.
Of course, yeah.
So we are trying to bring them back to their wilderness. So now you can see we have done some of the feeding arrangement on the top of that logs. They'll climb onto that.
They love it. They love it. It's a
Exactly.
playground. It's a
Now
playground.
they are showing their natural behavior.
Yeah.
Most of our animals are showing the natural behaviors. Climbing, they enjoy the water. You can see the water body. See there?
Oh,
One
yeah,
is lying
go for
inside
a
the water
swim,
body.
yeah.
They enjoy the water body, everything. They
He's
feel
having a
everything.
swim, he's having a snip, he's having a climb, they're having a good time.
And moreover, in Ventara, another important part of enrichment is we used to shift these animals to another parents after 2 to 3 months. So they are getting new environment after 2 to 3 months. Always lifelong, he is not here. His group is not here.
Yeah.
They'll be moving to another different enclosure every 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
So none of our animal is showing the secret
Right.
that you can see now.
Right.
So they are enjoying their life in Mumbai.
I love it. Even if they're freaks of nature, they're very beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Say, in nature you won't find all these. Even we can't say suddenly a mutation and change of these.
Right.
The white color.
Right.
Because the mutation means they have to adapt to the environment. Mutation means. Because there's no tiger, it's adapted to the snowy area to camouflage.
Of course.
But the white tiger means in the forest, white color means it's not a camouflage.
Yep.
They'll be identified some other animals or the human beings and they'll be shoot.
Right.
So now that we've seen these insane-looking tigers, let's throw the drone up in the air for a giant game of cat and mouse.
What's this, big boy? What's this? So as you can see, these guys are very playful and they want some behavioral enrichment. So I've got Tommy over here. I'm gonna have him fly the drone and have them chase him around. So go ahead, Tommy, put it up. Practice bird hunting, right? We got the drone in the air for the tigers to chase. And as you'll see, the tigers are back here right now. Watch what happens when I start running. Come on, get me, big guy! Look at him just going for it. Going for it.
They're trying to eat you, man.
I sure hope that glass doesn't break. If it does, I am screwed. Let's see what happens here. Oh, she wants it, Tommy. She wants it. Oh, she wants it. There you go. Oh boy, you are so close. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, look at him. He's climbing the tree. Look
It's
at that.
funny
How cool is that?
because
He's
you're
climbing the tree.
safe
Go
now.
for it.
It's not so funny.
Go right down. I dare you. Too close. They're going to get it. They're going to get it.
For sure.
Oh, she's looking at it. Hi. Hi. So we're going full tiger play and behavior here. And you can see Tommy's got the drone going over here. And they're loving it. Look, he wants to jump. He wants to eat me. I mean, this is like, for literal circus tigers, these guys are getting such a good lot of stimulation and enrichment now. And it's fun for me. I'm getting all sweaty running around. It's great. Fun for everyone. I like it. All right, let's land the drone. That was awesome. It was a fun little bit for me, a fun little bit for the tigers. Look, Ventara is absolutely incredible. We have barely scratched the surface here. There are hundreds of thousands of rescue animals with infinite amounts of stories, troubled past, insane recoveries and recuperations, and we're going to be coming here as much as we can and showing you guys this insanely exclusive
Thanks, man.
behind-the-scenes look
Thanks.
at what these animals and the amazing people that are working with them are doing. Like,
This
comment, and
video
subscribe
just
below. Let me know what
amazing.
else you'd like to see at Ventara, because I promise you, they've got it.
Just amazing video. Thank you, man, for your work. Great to see it.
Have you ever looked at a dog in a movie and thought, that dog doesn't even know he's in a movie? That dog is like Truman Burbank in The Truman Show, performing for an audience he doesn't know exists. Millions of people have seen him, and he will never know.
We've become bored with watching actors give us phony emotions. No scripts, no cue cards. It isn't always Shakespeare, but it's genuine.
When you think about it, dog acting is the purest form of performance. A dog actor is an artist with no ego, an artist that doesn't even know he's an artist. With no vanity and no way of knowing the result, dog actors transcend all human artists. Compared to dog actors, Da Vinci is a 2-year-old chewing on Crayola, Kubrick is a baby who found the camera app on his iPad, and Michelangelo is a 3rd grader who just made a man out of string cheese. You ever had that thought before? Dogs have a rich
Sure I am.
in films. We have our dog movie stars. Lassie, Rin Tin Tin, Old Yeller. Entire franchises have been built around dogs. Beethoven,
I thought a lot
Airbus,
about it.
There's an award
before.
for best dog performance, the coveted Palm
It's so
Dog.
beautiful,
But beyond the frivolities
actually,
of
and
glamour
sad.
and money, there lies an art form. Dog actors do many of the same things a human actor does. They can emote, speak, hit marks, play dead, really play dead, play basketball, fight humans, fight other dogs, do improv comedy, and drink beer, all in complete safety. But how? How does a dog act? To find out, let's look at Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. In this scene, Shadow is watching his master drive away and thinking he's abandoning him. Look at his expression. It's a look of desperate longing. He wants to run after him, but knows he can't. But that's a dog. The dog actor, Molly, can't know all of his backstory. How does the dog know how to act?
What caused Molly to give the look that I was looking for, you showed her a bird. Molly just started literally shaking, like every bone in her body says, I'm going to go get that bird, but I can't go unless I'm released, and I'm staying. And that was the look. Every bone in my body says, I'm following my boy. He's driving away. I have to go with him.
Showing a retriever a bird is just one method to get a dog to convey emotion. Methods vary from trainer to trainer and dog to dog. The dog's emotions could be a direct reaction to the trainer. In White God, brothers Luke and Bodhi gave award-winning performances as Hagen because of their trainer, Teresa Ann Miller.
Everything that the dog does is a reflection of either my body language or my tone of voice. You give very direct cues, one word and one syllable commands to the dog, and you get a quick reaction to what you're asking him to do. When you're working with animals in film, we use a much more relaxed attitude. So I might say, hey, get over there and stay. No, stay. Don't, oh, look, you know. And that kind of keeps him looking and keeps him guessing and it gives him a little bit more range to be able to see what's going on around him, and yet I can keep his attention at the same time.
I just said Luke and Bodhi play Hagen. 1 + 1 = 1. When you're watching a dog in a movie, you're not actually watching a dog in the movie. You're watching several dogs playing the one dog. There are 4 Hooches, 3 Beethovens, and 2 Sandys. They do this to not overwork the dog, and it also opens up more dramatic possibilities. The dog's different personalities can add dimension to the performance. Bingo, one of the dogs that played Sandy, did all the emotional close-ups, and wait a second. Notice how he's not looking at Annie. His attention seems to be fixed on someone off camera. Often, when a dog is in a movie, the dog's trainer is like a ninja, hidden somewhere beyond the frame.
Because that's how you get the best performance from an animal, is by him being able to hear and see you and react to the different various commands that you're asking him.
The trainer might be behind the camera or just off frame. Sometimes neither is an option because the shot is too wide or the setup is too elaborate. So the trainer will be hidden in plain sight. In Spider-Man 3, these policemen are trainers. In Air Bud, this referee is Buddy's trainer. The trainer's job starts months before production by breaking down the script and finding out all the tricks the dog needs to know.
We break down all of the scenes. We try to get a feel of what's important for those particular scenes.
The trainer will then train the dog for several months so the dog can perform during shooting.
Conditionne le chien, en fait, on appelle ça un conditionnement. On répète, on répète, on répète. Quand on arrive sur le plateau, le chien déjà, il a déjà vu. On change juste d'endroit.
To quickly let the dog know he's doing the right thing, the trainer can use a clicker.
Assis. Voilà, le cul est par terre. Hop, ça c'était ça que je voulais. Couché. Voilà, là il est couché, c'était ça que je voulais.
So behind the scenes, a dog performance sounds like this.
Pick up, pick up, come on, pick up. Let's go, come on. Pick up, pick up, pick up. Come on, boy. Go on, go on.
With all those commands and clicks, the audio has to be dubbed over in post. Not every dog can be an actor. The best dog actors are able to ignore the distractions of a movie production, react naturally to the human actors while following the commands of the trainer. But even if they're exceptionally trained, you can't completely predict what a dog is going to do, which can be the best thing. Finding accidents gives life to the movie.
Which meant the camera needs to be a little looser than you would normally set up a shot, because you want a little bit of leeway when the dog does do the funny thing, go the other way. You want to be able to recover and go with them.
Casting the right dog for the right movie is crucial. The dog from the horror classic The Thing has an uncanny stillness. He doesn't bark or growl. This is because the real dog named Jed is half wolf, which is perfect for his character, who is not who he seems to be. And casting the wrong dog could risk the loss of a limb, such as in Snatch, where Bo the Bull Terrier got a bit too excited during a take.
straight on his nads, and it did actually get the end of his cock. And the only thing that saved Lenny's penis was his mobile telephone.
Speaking of crotch fighting, John Wick 3 and 4 features many dog action scenes, which presents two challenges. Safely getting a dog to lunge at and bite a man where no man wants to get bitten, and hiding the trainer. Because director Chad Stahelski uses wide, unbroken, highly choreographed takes, it's near impossible to hide the trainer in the shot, unless the actor is a trainer. Halle Berry spent 8 months learning how to train the dogs and build trust with them. And it wasn't just her. The stunt team worked in hour-long playtime shifts before the dogs would bite them in a specific area.
What's digitally moved is the stunt guys put on a special kind of padding. It's colored green. It's like almost a really bright green. And the dog has been trained that go after the green toy. Don't bite anything but the green toy. So wherever the stuntman put the green toy, and that's what the dog would go after. So if he wanted a groin hit, the stuntman would wear a Velcro green on the groin. If it was a forearm, he'd be on the forearm, back on back. And we'd come up with all these straps so the dog knew, when I see green, get green.
And of course, the stuntmen are wearing padding, which is more reliable than a phone. Faking a dog fighting the dog is a bit easier. In White God, a dog fight was faked by having the dogs play. That's it.
Indeed, they were really just playing. They learned to be great play buddies.
But with selective editing, added sound design, and blood makeup, the result was a lot more cruel. Sometimes faking a dog to look mean requires elaborate visual effects. In The Killer, Diva the Pit Bull is acting as a mean, violent guard dog, which wasn't convincing on set because she'd always be wagging her tail, meaning the visual effects artists had to use CGI to elaborately remove the wagging tail.
That was quite a commitment. There was a lot of stuff with that dog shot through a chain link fence, so it was no easy task to remove a wagging tail.
Oh, yeah.
The key to faking a dog to be mean is sound design, by adding the right snarl or bark, and that goes for any temperament.
Was that a wine?
Max is one of the Jack Russells who plays Milo in The Mask.
Milo,
the sound
yeah.
design of his whines and growls gives his character personality and dialogue. Another reason why he's such a fully realized character is the filmmakers were able to integrate accidents into the movie, such as the recurring gag of Milo not letting go of what he's holding, which is just Max not letting go.
And a throw with you attached to it.
Or the moment where Milo keeps trying to jump in Stanley's arms, which they couldn't get on the first try, so Max kept trying, and Jim Carrey kept improvising.
Milo, put some effort into it.
This is a joke. Dogs don't play basketball.
But how does a dog play basketball? Notice how shiny the ball is. That's because the basketball isn't a basketball, but a slightly deflated, softer ball printed to look like a basketball with a lubricant on it.
When the dog is doing
because
strength,
it's
catch it
too
like he would a
heavy
tennis ball, but his teeth
for
won't fit around
nose.
it. So with a very light pad, you can see he literally is just trying to bite at it, and it's popping out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Messi, who played Snoop in Anatomy of a Fall, took Play Dead a step further. There's a scene where Dino discovers that his pet Snoop is near death. What trainer Laurent Martin did is trained Messi to have a limp body and to not react when actor Milo picks him up and cries. The vomiting is fake vomit, shot out of a tube contraption next to his mouth, and special effects were done on the eyes to make them look more lifeless. But I know you've been waiting for the biggest question yet. How does a dog drink beer? Well, it's not beer, it's chicken soup.
That dog has emotions. That dog is fantastic.
Why are dogs so good at acting? It's not just that they can be trained. They are also remarkably expressive. Most other animals seem to have their faces stuck in an expression of total indifference or paralyzing fear. Birds, cats, lizards, fish. But a dog's face will shift to represent different moods and desires. Why? Because of us. Humans and
Yeah,
evolution.
because of us. Because of thousands of years of evolution.
If you compare the face of a dog and a
We
wolf,
did it.
there is one big
Then.
difference. The levator anguli oculi medialis, a muscle responsible for raising the inner eyebrow. This muscle is
I
present
understand
in every
them
dog,
much
but
better
not many
than
wolves. It allows dogs to make
any
puppy dog
animal.
eyes, which gave dogs a selection advantage. So when a dog emotes, it's not necessarily feeling that emotion. Dog facial expressions are more often used to communicate with humans rather than express emotions. So dogs are such great actors because dogs have been acting specifically for people for thousands of years before the camera was invented.
For sure.
Despite evolving and communicating
And it's
with
so
people,
amazing.
dogs are not people. No matter how much training, a Labrador cannot act like Daniel Day-Lewis. Which brings us to a problem with a lot of dog movies. Dogs acting too much like people. There's a problem with this footage of Harrison Ford petting a man in pajamas, and it's not that Harrison Ford is petting a man in pajamas, it's what comes next. I'm talking about CGI dogs. Adding human features to a pooch isn't just weird, it's wrong. Dogs emote and communicate in ways that are different than people. They use their ears, posture, and tail. CGI itself isn't the problem. Before CGI, we had another weird way of simulating dogs, puppets, which has the same problem. Our minds already impose human characteristics on everything, from a light socket to a car to, of course, dogs. From our point of view, panting looks like a smile and a closed mouth to make a dog look sad. We don't need a computer or a puppet's help to anthropomorphize a dog. Adding human characteristics to a dog will not be a great dog performance. That's a human performance pretending to be a dog one. That's not to say that CG or animatronic dogs should never be used. They should if you're simulating a dangerous situation, like dogs running across a frozen lake during a storm. A dog's safety is the most important priority. The American Humane Association has had a representative on Hollywood movie sets since the 40s to monitor the dog's safety. That's where no animals were harmed comes from. Faithfully recreating a real dog using CGI or animatronics is a painstaking craft, and I don't mean to demean the artists who make them. But as long as the dogs are safe and comfortable and enthusiastic, it's just not needed. But there is an exception. A magical... When enthusiastic, it's just not needed. But there is an exception. A magical...
Okay, that's it. And it's nice and clean. I need to freeze the morse compote also. Okay, be right back. I need to find some bottles. I found bottles. Thank you for follow, Kenjax. Nice to meet you. How are you? It's for recycling, and then I'll use for my morse. What else? Be right back. Oh, hi, Kiev. Hi. Nice to see you. How are you? Where are you? Let's see. Great. So you find your way home. Is it in Norway? Or I don't know where your mom live. Norway. 3 hours away from the capital. Friday evening. So it's almost week. It's Tuesday today. I see. So it was a long trip actually. I don't need it for now. It's really a long trip. Almost over. Yeah. Where is... Let's switch back. Gonna be good and sad at the same time. Why? Good to relax, but I feel more heavy. Oh, I completely understand what you mean. The same to me. I love travel, but it's a bit exhausting. My social battery is not so large. I'm really tired of all the adventures. But I love travel. It feels like I'm more alive when I experience all this environment. Okay, nice and clean. And this one. But gonna be good with relaxing at home too. For sure. It's for sure. Completely understandable. Watching stupid thing. Shit on TV, okay. Why not? You need to recharge before next travel. Okay, I feel like it's enough. words. Okay. So, where is it? I hope it will be good. Already I am of August. Just a weekend trip. Where? Or you're not planning yet? Let me guess, maybe Sweden? Concentrate juice just for sugar. Copenhagen. Oh, it's cool. It's pretty soon, August. Few months to rest. Let me try it. It was weird. Let's try to feel it. Forgot to try it. It's great. It's so as I love. Boiled berries with sweetener and apples. Okay, next one. I wasn't add any conservants, so I need to freeze it because it's a lot for a few days. But I love to switch cola and energy drinks to the compote. Boiled berries, always good. Hi! The chronomet. How are you? I'm making the compote. It's boiled berries and apples with sweetener. Just drink. And I refill the bottles on which I can froze it because it's a lot for me. So I'll put it to the fridge and we'll enjoy a few weeks. The next one. Let's reduce a bit amount of the berries. And find some sifter like this.
Okay, it's enough. Great. I think it's in the last one. Okay, while we're waiting, okay, it's done. Now we need to clean everything and utilize leftovers. just great. I'm done. Coffee time. It's for today. It's for freezer. I wasn't overfill them because for freezer it's better to have a bit space. Let's put it inside. One. And three. And it's ready. So I'm done here. ready. Okay. Grits. Hi, nice to see you. How are you? I'm almost done here, actually. Looks like, at least. Thank you, okay. Originally I'm from Ukraine, but I live in Ireland now because of war in my country. Where are you from? I'm good, I can sleep, so I'm getting ready to be protecting myself. Oh, great plan, but you need to sleep too. No one can be productive without sleeping. It's the law, you know. Vitamins. Forgot about my vitamins. Thanks goodness, I found safe passage. Oh yeah. It's really makes sense to have safe place nowadays. And I have, finally. As I remember, you are a streamer too. Or it's the same nick? It's done. Yo, grits. I followed someone with this nick. Let me check, just because I need my PC. I'm here now. Here's my mouse. Yeah, it's the same nick. I remember you now. Nice to see you again. It was long time no see. I forgot about my... What do you make the face? Did I do something? No! It's... maybe it's because I have so much... Wait. I was not sure. It's the same thing. I'm not recognizing it. Sorry. It's so hot today. So open the door a bit more. I was doing something different. Oh yeah. Actually me too, because I'm streaming like my vlog. I was doing something different and no one understand each day what happening here. But it's just my life, you know. Each day someone coming and just don't understand what's happening. No, it's not fridge, it's door to backyard. Actually, we need to go there and feed my birds. Let's switch to... Feed my birds. Let's switch to... Why it's not... Ah, it works. It's warmer than it was yesterday. 15 Celsius, middle of summer. Let's feed my birds. And where is it? Mostly I feed magpies here, but it's a lot of small birds too, so they need grains. Okay, I
think I did everything I need. It was only 3 hours today, but I will back later. I think with painting or gaming or something else. I don't know, maybe just book reading. So see you next time, guys. It was nice to see you. It was nice to chat with you. And see you next time. Bye for now.